these next two games will be my biggest as an international player. You know, I mean, Ukraine was a tough game, and that was probably my biggest to date. But these next two will be certainly a step up in pressure. You know, there's a lot of pressure on this game, and you know, if we win the game, then at the end of it, it'll be amazing to get to a World Cup.
You've got alongside you 100 cap players like Frank Lampard and Steve Gerrard. I mean, how helpful will that be in these games when obviously keeping your nerve, I guess, is going to be key?
Yeah, I think, as you said, that is the key. You know, being calm. You know, we know that Montenegro are not going to come at us. You know, they're going to sit back, and we're going to have to take the game to them. You know, we're at home, so that's what we'd want to do anyway. But when we've got players like Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard and Wayne Rooney, you know, who've been there in big tournaments and big qualifiers, you know, sometimes they've experienced bad results, but you know, they'll learn from them, and that will help us in the future.
Do you feel the more minutes you spend alongside them in midfield is helping your international education, I suppose you could call it?
Yeah, it's not just my international education. You know, as a young footballer, you know, I grew up watching them too, and you can learn different things from both of them. You know, the way Steven Gerrard passes the ball, his range of passing, and the way he puts his foot in, and the way Lampard gets forward, and his goal scoring record speaks for itself. So I can learn from both of them.
Ultimately, it may all come down to making sure England get the goals to win the games. You've got 5 strikers in the squad that are all in form, which must be a really good thought as you go into these games.
Yeah, it is. You know, I mean, we've got Sturridge and Rooney back as well, which will be massive for us. You know, you want your best players available, and Ricky Lambert has done a great job. You know, and he scored a couple, and he played well in Ukraine. You know, it was a difficult place to go, and to be up there on your own and do the job he done. You know, he done really well. And then you got Defoe as well. You know, who can score from any position. He showed that for his club, and Danny Welbeck as well, who's looking sharp in training. So you know, we've got a good mix there, and it can only be helpful for us.
1 point separates the top 3 in this group, and Poland are still in with a chance of qualifying as well. Has it surprised you that it has been as tight as this?
No, I don't think it has. You know, I think international football is tough. You know, there's no easy games, and it's the best players from every country. So you know, I know a couple of Polish players at Arsenal. You know, and they won't be wanting to give up easily. You know, they're great characters, and they'll be up for it. And you know, Montenegro got some top players as well. So it's a tough group. You know, and Ukraine was a tough place to go. So you know, but it's in our hands now. That's what we wanted going into these last 2 games, and we just have to get ourselves ready for that. Yeah,
the fact that it is in your destiny still, 2 wins and you're there, whatever happens elsewhere. I mean, how helpful is that?
Yeah, that is helpful. You know, that was the plan going into the game. You know, to get 4 points out of the last 2 games, you know, and be where we are now is really helpful. But listen, it's not done yet. You know, there's 2 big games. You know, and there'll be a lot of pressure over us. You know, and we have to, you know, listen to the players, the big players, as you said, Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard and Wayne Rooney's who've been there and done it, and they're going to be really helpful for us.
So there's 2 ways of looking at this qualifying group. The pessimists would probably say, well, England have actually only beaten Moldova and San Marino so far. The optimists would point to the fact, well, England are the only unbeaten team in the group. Which way do you as players look at it?
Yeah, we don't really take notice that it's nice to be unbeaten, but you know, we can still be unbeaten and not go to the World Cup. Don't get me wrong, we don't want that. You know, we've got 2 big games ahead of us now. That's the way we're looking at it. We need to focus. You know, before Friday, you know, we'll get the meetings done now. We'll look at Montenegro and see their strengths. You know, and they're 2 big games, as I said. So that's the way we look at it, and we've got to get 2 wins. You're
part of the younger generation of players that's coming through. I mean, just how important and crucial is it for them to continue to develop that England do make it to Brazil 2014?
Yeah, it is vital. You know, you saw the likes of Germany at the last World Cup. You know, they're young players, and they've carried on playing together, and now they look a real force. So you know, if we can get that and get the young players over to Brazil and learn, and you know, we played together from a young age. A lot of us were in the under-21s together, so we know each other well. And if we can go to the World Cup together, that'll be a dream come true.
Jack, I guess any young player is going to have tough lessons at times during their career, and what have you learnt from the last week?
I've learned that you just got to concentrate on your football. You know, you're a footballer at the end of the day, and when it comes to the weekend, you've got to be ready. And you know, players and people make mistakes. You know, and I made a mistake, and I spoke to the boss, and we sorted it out, and he put me in the team on Sunday, and hopefully I repaid him with a goal. So hopefully it's all done now.